Really like a little backstory on it. It'll help you with it. It's called Fishing on the Bushkill. The Bushkill Creek is a river that runs through the state of Pennsylvania. My father worked there. It's at a Boy Scout camp. We're a big Boy Scouting family. He was our scoutmaster, meaning my brother and I. We both got through the highest ranks of scouts, and in the States it's called Eagle Scout. He worked there in high school. He then later off went to Vietnam. When he came back, we got to go with him back to this camp that was called Ressica Falls. My brother and I were in the troop, so that was pretty meaningful. Then about 5 years ago, he got diagnosed with cancer, so his last wish, he said, listen, if I can get to one more summer camp with the troop, that would mean 17 years straight. I'd like to do that, and then I can leave, and I'll be good. So we happened to be going back to Ressica Falls, so my brother, my father, and I, all adults at this point, got to take him, and it was a really good week. And then to bring it all together, he got cremated, and I went back to Bushkill Creek and put some of his ashes there. So it's just a meaningful place for my family, so it rhymes as well. It's called Fishing on the Bushkill. When all that meant everything was a fire burning deep at night, with friends to share life's comic air, the moon above to steal sight. That was right, that was right. A time and place suspended still somewhere. A vault, untouched, unnamed, floating above those who wish they could stare. Protected there where Father lives at that scout camp, Ressica Falls, in his teens and full of living, hearing that Pennsylvania call. One summer out there, outposting past the main camp to staff Thorn Run, my young father was on the edge, a place where deep thoughts had begun. He had time in those woods alone, and ran his post when campers showed. He'd often talk of Bushkill Creek, of its bronze color and how it flowed. He'd make a fire, grab his rod at evening time, and fish the creek. Time spent in that flowing sweetness, relying on brown trout to eat. Like a bear that is so content to fish and eat and sleep so well, under stars from heaven's glow, the years to come no one can tell. What thoughts my father had before, standing there on Bushkill's shore, before he lost love and fought a war, when life was moments, nothing more. Did he know what the future held, or simply watched the river flow? Was Vietnam even a thought? Into that jungle he would go. Did he know he'd be scoutmaster, his sons to be and that boy the same, all destined to be Eagle Scouts? I knew the man that boy became. Navigating rivers in life in that protected vault of then, trout, brotherhood, spirit, being among the links of boys to men. Deep in the woods where wild calls, links that are not seen, are not heard. Father's gone, but the Bushkill flows. He has become that secret word. Some of his ashes flow there now, to keep the Bushkill spirit safe, to guard by way of bird and fish, to strengthen love and heighten faith. What thoughts my father had before, standing there on Bushkill's shore, before he lost love and fought a war, when life was moments, nothing more. This is a short little one, rhymes as well. It's called All That Lives. I've led some dreary path around a world that beats to every sound and every wave on every coast, a glacier break or jungle ghost that almost share human air, or bitten wind with warm venom. How can one live with all the madness set in stone or root or stem, or live where love is lost, or near the ground with frost? I think into this movement place, confused as I may be, maybe earth and love are all a dreamy possibility. And I'll do one more. I wrote this recently. I went down to the Jurassic Coast for the first time, and I loved it. Had good weather.
Sorry, where is that?
Jurassic Coast, Dirtle Door, and Low World Cove, and
Dorset.
my girlfriend and I went out one sunset and found a little headland out in the water, and could see all the rocky coastline, and it was really cool. Not a soul was out there. Kind of at the same time of this trip, my brother got some unfortunate news, and he's been having a tough time. So it's called If We Both Dreamt at Sunset, but it refers to my brother and I, not my girlfriend and I. Slipping down the watery sky trail, another orange fading sun almost, along a cliffy featured coast. To look in the opposite direction of sunsets like this is to know what most do not know. The darker half of sunset sky that holds those smoky clouds gently kissed with color, faint pinks and purples, holding dreams for those who look in their direction. And some dreamy liquid dance the water does, why color starts and ends, or blends water and sky. We could watercraft a friendly dream monster like the wild things, stay floating there, shimmer there, near the spirit gates of the dream landscape, and find you in the opposite of sunset, where the world cannot harm us anymore. I think that place almost exists, that we can almost arrive there, that somehow we deserve to, yet somehow are obligated to stay close to sadness. If ever we had two boats, I would give you the faster run, push you in that direction towards the outline horizon, boat and man in the dream light. I'll stay adrift, you enter, you deserve to, and then we both make right. Thank you.